So, picture this. You've got the world's most powerful people all gathered in the Swiss Alps for the World Economic Forum. And this year, at Davos 2026, there was really only one thing on everyone's mind: artificial intelligence. It was everywhere, in every conversation, every panel, every backroom deal. And the debate that happened there, well, it's pretty much going to shape our future.
And it all really boiled down to this one huge question. Is AI going to usher in an age of amazing prosperity for everyone? Or is it about to unleash a total economic storm, just making the rich richer and the poor poorer? I mean, we're talking about two completely different paths for humanity here.
Right at the heart of this whole thing were two absolute titans of industry, and they had completely, and I mean completely, different ideas about where AI is taking us. Their back and forth basically set the stage for the entire event, and that's exactly what we're going to unpack right now.
Okay, so let's start with perspective number one. This comes from Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, the biggest asset manager on the planet. He showed up to Davos with a pretty serious warning, basically saying, hey, we've made mistakes before, let's not do it again with AI. So where is Fink coming from? Well, his whole argument really starts with a hard look at the system we have now. He's saying, look, capitalism is great at creating wealth, no doubt, but it's funneled all that wealth to a tiny group of people. And that, he says, is why we're seeing all this populism and why nobody trusts institutions anymore. It's a shaky ground to be standing on as we head into this massive AI revolution.
And this quote, wow, it just nails his biggest fear. He's basically saying, remember what globalization did to factory jobs? Get ready for AI to do the exact same thing to white-collar work. We're talking finance, law, even creative jobs. For him, this isn't just some theory. It's a real, direct threat to the way our society holds together.
And, this isn't just a gut feeling he has. A recent study from McKinsey, get this, predicts that almost half, up to 45% of all the things we do at work could be automated by AI, just in the next decade. That is a massive number. You can't ignore that. So, to sum it up, Fink is bracing for what he calls an inequality onslaught. He's convinced that all the benefits, all the money from AI is just going to flow straight to the people who own the AI models and the data. A couple of massive tech companies. It's the same old story, right? And the outcome? Well, the gap between the rich and everyone else gets even wider and society gets even more unstable. But then, on the very same stage, you get a completely different take. You've got Elon Musk in a conversation with Fink, and he paints this picture of a future that is just radically different. It's all built on this deep belief that technology can and will solve our biggest problems. And man, Musk's vision could not be more opposite to Fink's. He looks at super smart AI and humanoid robots like Tesla's Optimus, and he doesn't see a threat. He sees the solution. He thinks we're about to see a jump in productivity so huge, it'll get rid of the very idea of scarcity. No more labor shortages, no more poverty. Gone. For good.
And he thinks this is all happening like right now, super fast. Just check out this timeline. He's saying by the end of this year, 2026, AI is going to be smarter than any one of us. And those Optimus robots, already working in factories. Fast forward just a few years to 2030, and he's predicting AI will be smarter than all of us combined. It's wild.
This quote really just sums up Musk's entire way of thinking, doesn't it? He gets that there are risks. He's not blind to them. But for him, you have to be optimistic. You have to be ambitious. Because being a pessimist, that just leads to going nowhere. It's optimism that actually pushes us to build a better future. And this table just lays it all out so clearly, side by side. You've got Fink, laser-focused on the risks, on the inequality, looking at AI and thinking about all the disruption we've seen before. And then you have Musk, who's all about abundance and prosperity. He sees AI as this incredible force, like a brand new industrial revolution that's going to change everything. Okay, but here's where it gets a little more complex. Because Larry Fink, the same guy who's sounding the alarm about inequality, is also a huge fan of a new technology, one he thinks can help modernize the economy and maybe even push back against AI making everything so centralized. And that technology is tokenization. So what is tokenization? In simple terms, you take a real-world thing, like a stock, a bond, even a piece of property, and you turn it into a digital token. And that token can then be bought and sold on a blockchain. Pretty straightforward, right?
And Fink is a massive believer in this. He calls it an inevitable trend. He thinks it's going to make the whole financial world more efficient, more open, and way more accessible to regular people. Basically, he thinks it's how we actually democratize investing for everyone.
But of course, it's not that simple. This solution has its own debate raging around it. The upside is obvious, right? More people get access, things get cheaper. But the downside, the peril, is just as big. The very same tech that gives us all this transparency could also be used for some serious centralized control. Just imagine a world where one group could literally program rules into our money, letting them track everything, freeze accounts, or even take back a transaction. That's a lot of power.
And that brings us right back to the central question from the whole Davos debate. We've got these two incredibly powerful, totally opposite visions of the future. And in the middle, we have this new tech that could either spread the power out or concentrate it like never before.
So here's the bottom line. We are standing at a crossroads, a really pivotal moment. The choices we make, like right now, are going to send us down one of two very, very different paths. One road leads to what Fink fears. Inequality gets even worse. The other road leads to what Musk dreams of, a future where everyone has enough.
And that leaves us with the big one, the final critical question. You see, the technology, it's just a tool. It's going to change, that's a given. But the real question, the one they were wrestling with in Davos, is this. Who's in the driver's seat? Who gets to direct all this change? And what values, what principles are we going to build this new world on? The answer to that? Well, that's going to define everything for all of us.